October! Or, if you're like me, Preptober. Because today, we're going to talk about Preptober and NaNoWriMo. And I'll introduce my NaNoWriMo project. How are you doing today? I am doing well. My name is Rachel. I am the writer on wheels. And today, since it is officially October, I want to introduce my NaNoWriMo project and talk about what I'm going to be doing in October to get ready for Nano in November and complete it this year. So let's get into it. Actually, no. Before we start talking about what I'm going to write, we should talk about what NaNoWriMo actually is, because I'm sure there are some people who do not know. For those who don't know, NaNoWriMo started, I think maybe 2006? I don't know. If I'm wrong, it'll flash somewhere on the screen. Hopefully I'll remember. But it started, I want to say 2006, maybe the 90s. Time is weird. And it is every year in November, you are supposed to write a full-length novel equaling 50,000 words. NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month. So it's not quite an acronym, I don't think, but you get the point. And yeah, since then, it has grown to include Camp NaNoWriMo in the summer, which happens twice, in April and July. I have notes here, that's why I'm looking. Where those are a little less structured and you can set your own goal. But NaNoWriMo is usually thought of in November to be 50,000 words in a new project. So it's not like, oh, I have this that I've already started. You're supposed to start a new novel. As writers are wont to do, some people have decided to break the rules, which is fine. There is absolutely no penalty to this, and these people are called rebels. Now, a rebel, for NaNoWriMo specifically, there really are not rebels in camp because you set your own goal. But in NaNoWriMo in November, a rebel is somebody who does not start a new project and does not have the goal of 50,000 words. Could be one of those things, it could be both. I, this year, am, I think, technically considered a rebel. I don't know. That's for you to decide. Let's get into that. Actually, before I'm going to leave my project announcement a little further back and talk about why I am announcing it in October rather than November, because there might be some people here who have never heard of NaNoWriMo and just want to know more about what is happening. So, October come to be known in a lot of writer circles as Preptober. And what that means is you're excited to do NaNoWriMo in November, but you're not a pantser, maybe. Or maybe you are, I don't know. There's a whole video about that on my channel that I will, again, try and remember to link. So October is referred to now as Preptober, which means you spend the month of October thinking about and preparing for November. This could look like any number of things. You could go full on and do an outline if you were a planner. You could do some world building. You could do some character sheets. You can just, don't prep for the month so you have more time writing in November, or, making sure your family knows that you can't do anything in November because you're writing. It's just getting ready to set yourself up for success in November in whatever way is necessary for you. This isn't officially part of NaNoWriMo, to my knowledge, but it's big enough that it's sort of recognized, and I believe the NaNoWriMo website has some stuff on there for it, but the Nano website's a little shaky at best. Okay, so finally, the moment nobody has been waiting for, my NaNoWriMo project for 2021. I am calling it Project Seven Suns. I've had this idea for almost a year now. I've not had a single chance to work on it because I knew that the time that I needed to figure everything out was going to be very significant, more so than my current project. And also, my current project needs more attention and I want to get that done before I really start on something else. But since Nano is all about new projects. Perfect timing. So, Project Seven Sons. Let's talk about it. So my idea came, I don't remember who I was talking to, but we were talking about the, would you call it folklore, myth, whatever, of the seventh son of a seventh son having some sort of magical or mystical powers. And then after we were talking, later that day or that night or whatever, I had the thought of, what if the seventh son was sort of, the chain was broken at the last minute by his twin sister. And just that whole thing of, like, he was supposed to be the chosen one, or the chosen one, or the special one, but he's not anymore because his sister. And I don't really know what to do with this, but I love it so much. So that's, yeah. So since I don't have a plot other than the seventh son is actually the eighth child, I knew that I wanted them to all be adults and it be more of a low fantasy, set in our world, real low magic, but it's definitely there sort of vibe. Maybe even he does still have the seventh son who's the eighth child. Maybe he does still have a little bit of that power left over, but it's not, I don't know, there's so much to this that I've been thinking about in the back of my head, but have not allowed myself to, this is so rambly, I apologize. No, I don't. Why do I apologize? No. Okay, so anyway, what I'm doing for Nano is I have decided that in order to help me find the story, I'm going to take each 8 of the main characters, so the 7th son, and then the twin sister, who is the 7th child, so there's 6 sons, and then the twins, one's a boy, one's a girl, and the girl is older by like 10 minutes maybe, taking each of those 8 characters and doing little vignettes or short stories of their adult life and seeing if I can find a story through like the back door some way. I don't know. I think it's so different than anything else that I've ever done, and I'm excited to see the family dynamics because I feel like there is so much I can do with the family dynamics of them all knowing. Not explaining this well, but it's gonna be fun. So no, I don't really know what I'm doing plot-wise. I don't even really have a plot. But I still have stuff that I want to do for Preptober. And that is, I want to figure out at least the basics of all my characters. I want their name, their birth order, their age, and their profession, at least. And maybe some more, obviously. And I need to figure out where they are. I'm thinking Chicago. No reason why. That's just the vibe that I'm getting from the story, so I need to do research on Chicago. Maybe some of them have moved, but I don't know. And maybe some family dynamics. You know, what siblings get along with who, or who don't get along, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm doing Preptober. Each vignette or short story per child, they're not children, but they're, each sibling is going to be about, if I divide it up equally, 6,250 words, I believe, is the math on this. Again, if it's wrong, it'll flash here. And hopefully that will break it down and be more manageable because November is busy. I think that's it. That is going to do it for me today. Are you doing Nano? What are you doing to prepare? What is your project? And have you done Nano before? I really want to know. I love hearing about people's projects. Let me know. We'll keep each other motivated. I'm going to have Preptober videos all of October. Not entirely sure what I'm doing in November yet. I might do writing vlogs every week. It's going to be hard, especially the last couple weeks because I will be traveling. We'll see. I will continue to get videos up every week, but what those videos are is going to be an adventure. Anyway, like this video if you found it interesting or chaotic or you liked it, or subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to let you know when I post, and to get a less rambly version of this, I have a blog post on my website, which is linked down below, and I will try and link it in the card. I will see you guys next week. Until then, happy writing!